Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, it's going to be a 2018 match between Bly and Taeja here on Fracture, the latter edition. Been a while since we've seen a snow map. Been a while since we've seen a Taeja game. Had JLC request one, so here it is. This is for you. Top left, we've got Bly. Bottom right, we have Taeja. And again, Fracture, a snow map. I don't know, what happened to snow maps? Do we just stop getting those for whatever reason? Like, why are snow tiles considered bad now? Map makers, give us some snow maps. Actually, we just got some winners from the Team Liquid map contest last week. Oh, look at this. Look at this pool first play from Bly. Okay, gonna be a little aggressive here on this two-player map. Balling off high ground here is Taeja. He's no dummy. He knows exactly what to do. This is 4 years ago now, guys. 4 years ago now, this was played. 2018, I'm like, oh, it's a 2018 game. That was just maybe a year ago. Nope, it wasn't. It was a very long time ago, and I'm old. That's all the information you need to know. And then a 16 hatch from Bly on the other side. So, what is the plan here today, Bly? It's gotta be fast speedlings on some level. Maybe attempting a baneling bust on this map. We do see swarm hosts on this map from time to time. Pretty good swarm host locations here. You can also set up Nidus here too, but against Terran, it's not necessarily going to be as common. SCV moving out to see if the Reaper needs to stay home, and yeah, he definitely does because there are lings in that production tab now. Super fast. We'll name the Reaper though, nevertheless. It's a reference to a Brave New World game that I cast about a month ago now, maybe a month and a half ago, and it's it was a TVT, and you'll know what kind of a TVT it is once I read this Reaper name and description out to you. So, yeah, Reaper's staying home, but we're going to name him Foamy. Pray he doesn't walk up a ramp and die. Yeah, that is a Brave New World game wherein it was a poor TVT, and this poor Terran player, like, he's trying to put some pressure up on his opponent, and he's got some, of his own siege tanks, and he's got some Marines and Marauders, and he's got a Liberator, but the enemy's got his own Liberators and his own siege tanks, and I was just like, please don't just walk up that ramp and die. Please, no, please, no. And it turned into a thing for sure. So I'm not going to spoil it in case you want to watch that one, but definitely I recommend the Brave New World games. They're fun. They come out on Thursdays in the US, or like late Thursday in other parts of the world, but feel free to check it out. Honestly, those get maybe the lowest views of anything on my entire channel as the Search Warren comes in. But I think it's fun to see what the lower players are doing. We get to laugh. We get to have fun. It's also a little bit educational, too. So check it out. Quick plug for my own features on the channel. So Foamy's going to not go up a ramp. He's going to hop up a cliff, which whoever made that Reaper name wasn't quite thinking of the cliff hopping capabilities. Did he scout that Roach Warren? He poked in. He saw it. Nice. So he sees the Roach Warren and says, maybe Hellions. Not entirely what we need. Second bunker coming up. Okay, good. Starport coming in. Another bunker. Really solidifying for some kind of a two-base Roach, maybe Ravager-style attack that's always on the table in this situation. And then going to go ahead and try to get a tank out real fast, too. So, ka-chink. So going to go for, Barracks Reactor, so we can get Marines out to fill these bunkers. And then Siege, or Cyclone, actually. Okay, I can support that play for sure. Yep, there you go. Turn 3 of them into Ravagers. They're cruising across. And let's see what damage they can do. Zergling gets nothing done. Cool. And here come the Ravagers. You really can't fight. Oh, Foamy. Foamy is dead as a doornail. And look, you can't fight this if you're Hellions. Just go away. Just get out. You can't kill any of this stuff with a Hellion or two. All right, so we're going to try to at least force a liftoff on this orbital with a natural base, which is nice. Cyclone going to get a... Oh, gets a kill. Nice. Really nice control there. Look, he's not even lifting it. Taeja, you're such a stud. You are such a stud. Bly is like, I was going to try to kill you fast, but it turns out I actually couldn't even make you lift off your second command center. How terrible. Hellions really bad at killing buildings. So they will try to barbecue up that third hatch as it comes up. No problemo. All right, so Bly's going into lair, keeping that gas rolling. Creep spreading it quite nicely here, too. And it is going to be Cloak Banshee, which would have been nice. Would have been extremely nice if Bly was going for, a more concerted Roach Ravager style thing where Banshees are just worth of their weight in gold in that situation. If you have 2 Banshees, you can pretty much hold, I don't want to say an infinite number of Roach Ravager, but a huge number of Roach Ravager from these 2.5 style bases. Look at that Frozen Nidus form. I don't know. I like snow maps. I wish there were more of them in StarCraft Brood War, and I wish there were more of them in StarCraft 2. Anyway, Cyclone being a little bit brave, coming out here to the 3rd base to try to see what he can do, but I mean, nah. There's Ravagers and Roaches defending it, so just go home. My recommendation is to get the heck out of there. Yes, thank you very much. Banshee Cloak is done. By that I mean, Cloak got canceled. Never mind. We don't have a Cloak. So maybe just trying to kill some creep tumors that might spawn in this general area too. I like this positioning. Let's see if we can do it or not. Also, this like weird growth that looks like Overmind tentacles, blah, 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 Zergy stuff. Oh, and he hides the creep tumor inside the weeds, so the Banshee can't see it unless it jumps right on top of it. That's pretty good stuff. Meanwhile, other Banshee trying to get work done. 3 kills. Actually, wait. Same Banshee gets 3 kills here at the 3rd base. Nothing too game-changing there at all. Glio Reconstitution's on the way, so we are kind of sticking with this Roach Ravagery stuff, which, again, was more common in 2018 than it is today, so that's a nice thing, too. And, I mean, are we meching? Marines in production, tank in production, actually going for 1-1 upgrades for Marines and Marauders. So it seems like no. It's like a little tiny mech opening, kind of. Oh, that's not the greatest micro from Taeja there. Okay, get out of there, Hellion. You've seen too much. 4th base coming in from Bly at 12 o'clock, which the Banshee is aware of and could get some good hits off. By that, I mean not aware of it, too far away to see it, but in the general vicinity and should be aware of it. 3rd base landing from Taeja at 6.5 minutes, which is late, but again, an early Roach Ravager style attack will slow down your macro plans for sure. And I mean, the Zerg player is just now getting a 4th base too, so it's not a huge deal. Honestly, not a problem. Armory coming in from Taeja, though. So maybe Marine tank style stuff here. Yeah, there's your medevacs, additional barracks coming in. Definitely not interested in trying to go mech here today. And as I always say, Roach Ravager is very good against Terran with their Marine Marauder medevac stuff, up until about the time there's 3/3 upgrades on those biological units. Up until the barracks units have that upgrade, and then suddenly Roach Ravager cannot stand and fight at all against it. Even if they have 3/3 themselves, it just goes very poorly for them. It's a little tiny Roach attack, but tank on the high ground. Getting rid of that there Roach. Are we getting Burrow? Maybe. Could get Burrow. Let's see why not. Working on... I mean, the Glio Reconstitution is done, so we're working on centrifugal hooks, +1 melee attack, and +2 carapace, and 11 more drones coming in. So he might be switching over to a Ling Baneling style thing. He has enough Roaches and Ravagers to handle this for sure. I mean, army value is 52 to 47, so that's not going to be a problem for him at all. Siege tanks defending, great wall of supply depots, protecting the 3rd base from incoming Ling attacks. And look at this Bly hunting for where Taeja unloaded, found him, shoved him away, said, get out of here. This is my side of the map. Creep spread is really almost on top of this 3rd base by Taeja, though. That is not crazy ideal. But yeah, last time I cast a game from, 2017 or so, it seemed to get some good feedback, so maybe I'll try to do that once a week or maybe once every couple of weeks. Just kind of keep it fresh. I mean, it's not like the meta has changed a billion times since 2018, right? But we definitely don't see a lot of Roach Ravager style openings. Oh, it is Bly, though. Bly is still doing that in 2020, so it's not like he's representative of Zerg players in 2018 either, right? Getting a 5th base here towards the left side. Taeja may be setting up for a 4th over toward the 3 o'clock position. Spire on the way from Bly. That is interesting. He does like his mutas, and he's pretty good with them. Take this, rocks. Yep, forcing a pickup there. Ling Bane Roach Ravager. I like it here from Bly. It's a little beefy, plus you got that splash damage you need to deal with the Marines. You got Corrosive Biles to deal with tanks if they're an issue, and man, Bly's going for it. I mean, is he? He's thinking about going for it. At least this group, Bly. Oh, nice pick up, Taeja. Does get the pick off there. These Roaches trying to come through, but they're Banshee, and then runs and bends some Marines to completely execute them. We are getting Burrow. Again, Roaches regenerate their health very quickly when they're burrowed. Not that we have a ton of roaches anymore. We got 15 of them, which we're going to keep making them? No, it's 15 mutas just popped. Well, popped. They're in production now in those eggs. Interesting. So I like the muta harass concept. There aren't any turrets out. Widowmine production has definitely begun, though there's one turret in the natural base. Not really enough to handle 15 mutas. And actually, Taeja expanding down here to the 6 o'clock instead for his 4th. Infestation Pit coming in. Queen fighting against the Banshee. Corrosive Bile, no! Corrosive Bile takes down a Banshee. Taeja not quite paying super amounts of attention up here. He's too busy dropping at the 4th base, 12 o'clock for Bly. And then the army comes up, you pick up, you boost out, you maybe drop into the main, but oh, everyone here is dead. Ready for the death sounds? One Marine gets unloaded and dies summarily. So 7 drones died, but 2 full medevacs of dudes went down. That totally sucks. Creep spread too far. Time to move out and mow the lawn, boys, says Taeja, coming down the left side. Ooh, that's not a planetary yet, and this is a huge attack into the 4th base all of a sudden. Ah, medevac's going down near the mutas too. I mean, you can't necessarily stand against this number of Marines without Banelings making some connections, so Bly is pulling back. 4th base stays alive for Taeja. It takes some hits. But overall, lives to see another day. Or, you know, at least another 5 minutes, quite possibly. But yeah, Widow Mines to deal with the incoming Mutalisks, to deal with the Banelings, to deal with, I mean, everything, right? Widow Mines are really good against everything Zerg has, with the exception of Hydras, because Hydras outrange them and hit pretty hard. But Sensor Tower, maybe gonna die. Really? Oh, Banelings on those SCVs. Oh. Command Center lives by canceling the Planetary Fortress, and then Lings rolling into the natural base all of a sudden. Only a couple Marines down here. More SCVs are dying. That group's trying to hang on, but I mean, these are things a +1 attack and +2 armor, so they're going to do way, way better than you would expect them to. Mutas darting back. They really, really want that Command Center. They're not going to be able to get it, though. Maybe flying into the main base is not a bad way to go either. Oh, getting rid of Concussive Shell would be cool, but he's not trying. Concussive Shell does complete, but more SCVs are dying. 2 Los Mutalisks. 14, 15 more. It's only 47 workers now, compared to 67 for Bly. And this is not looking good for Taeja. His army value is great, but it's not where he needs it. Widowmine gonna get a connection here. Ah! Okay, so it does wound a bunch of these Mutalisks, but they're not dying because there weren't 2 Widowmines. And then you just fly down to the 3rd base, kill that stuff there. Another attack. Siege tank firing. Trying to deal with all these Roaches and Ravagers and Lings and Banes, but it is too much on the Zergy front there. And it really feels like Taeja, he tried to go for an attack to even the score here a bit. Wasn't able to do it. Well, tank's alive. That's something. Got 18 kills on that there siege tank. I mean, look, Taeja's up 87 to 63 army supply. He doesn't have that many SCVs. But Baguette decided to leave the game. It's over, I suppose. Bly's making 50, 60 Zerglings. He's getting adrenal glands. We know how much I love the adrenal glands upgrade. When it doesn't come, I'm a sad, sad Zerg player. Muta's trying to harass a little bit. Just keep the army at home so that Bly can rebuild his forces, because he did lose a lot of stuff there. He's lost 13,000 resources to Taeja's 12,000, which isn't a great number if you're Taeja, but it's better than being down in that metric. All right, so Bly's 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5th base is gonna die for sure. Queen's coming in and trying to, I mean, they're spreading creep. They're not really trying to stop that from happening because they can't. Obviously, Ling run by, but guess what? How are your splits, Bly? Not as good as you'd want them to be. Now there aren't enough Zerglings. Oh, with adrenal though. I mean, yeah. I mean, the Lings do more than they should, but they can't take out all of this, right? Couple Ultralisks. Oh, 3 Ultralisks on the way. Chitinous plating finishing up here in about 3 seconds. Top right base from Bly is coming in. Lings running through a Widow minefield to their own absolute. Oh my gosh. Siege tank firing. Oh, and then he burrows a Ling there too. That's great. You're going to burn a scan trying to kill a Zergling? Probably not. Probably not worth. The larger problem here is that the army consists of 44 Marines, 1 siege tank, and 9 Marauders, and we're going to have something like 5 to 6 Ultralisks out here pretty soon for Sir Bly. That's what we're looking at. Yeah, top right base for Bly under attack, but not by a lot. Nice fungal toss down. Hey, the fungal usage. It's 2018. It's fungal times, boys. And Muta's getting picked off here, too. And the top right base gets canceled. Bly tries to rebuild at the original 5th base location, but maybe that's not happening. Dude, Taeja. He was in an immense amount of trouble, but suddenly he's up 144 to 86 total supply. Maybe killing those SCVs was a favor. I mean, the Ultra Bane is doing great here. Marauder's doing some amazing work, but they got the 3-3. Oh, the fungal with the Ultras jumping on him is super good. Muta's trying to jump in, but Ultras are not affected by Concussive Shell, which is a massive benefit to that unit. That's why they're good. That's why they're tier 3, is they have that kind of advantage. If they weren't immune to Concussive Shell, they'd be so much worse. So much worse. So that Ultralisk goes down. Pretty good target firing there. High ground advantage here, man. He's just trying to maybe not get everything fungal, but he gets everything fungaled here. Is it enough for Taeja to stay alive, though? Widowmine's doing some friendly fire. Everybody dies for Taeja there, but he's got more reinforcements coming in. Does he have enough to deal with the Ultralisks that are on a bit of a rampage here? And the answer seems to be, yeah, for now. Bly is not interested in actually pushing any further down that way. God, the Widowmines are just getting some work done, also getting Corrosive Biled out of the ground. Still, 105 to 71 army supply. Corrosive Bile on Widowmines. You know where they are, even if you don't have an Overseer with you. Now we have Overseers with us. Still making Ravagers. I don't know how I feel about that. Unless those are the same Ravagers that have always existed since, like, the beginning-ish of the game. But, man, 107 to 70 total army supply. Taeja making a bit of an incredible comeback here. If he can win this battle and take down that hatch, I don't know if I like Bly's chances to win this game. Coming up the ramp is really dicey for Bly. He doesn't like that at all. I mean, getting some hits off on the hatch. If you're not engaged with me, I'm going to take down your hatchery. So, I mean, focus firing Ultras. There's two that are in the red right now. And Taeja just absolutely ultra down, ultra down, ultra down, hatch down. And suddenly Bly is in a very difficult way. It is not looking good for the Ukrainian here. Well, Lions catching them Zerglings. Was that an intentional split? I don't know what it was, but suddenly it's 121 to 56 army supply. Suddenly it's a full 7,000 more resources lost for Bly here. He's got an Ultra Ravager Baneling style army, but Taeja's just making a beeline for the other new source of income that is owned here. And okay, we're gonna get a fungal, and he should be able to save this. No, the target firing is too good. The hatch goes down. So many units die, but it was a good mission. It took that hatch down. Bly's income is bad. It is creeping down into Taeja's side of the map right now for sure, after losing that one and doing a ton of long distance mining. Ling's Widowmine connection on the Overseers is pretty hot stuff. Pre-splits against the Banelings. Another Ultralisk gonna go down. Nice fungal toss. The slow, the hit. Not enough. And Taeja is your winner in 18 minutes. Wow. That was incredible. Nice job by Taeja. I thought for sure he was in all of the trouble, but as I always say, Terrans aren't dead until they're dead. Sure, he lost 48 SCVs, but he never lost a command center or an orbital or a planetary. So that's huge for him. Income down into his favor at the end there. Killed 3 hatcheries. Killed all 10 Ultralisks. All 10 Ultralisks. Oh, there were some infested Terrans got tossed down there at the end. I don't know if they really accomplished. Oh, they're fighting. They're fighting now, guys. That's the sound they make, by the way. But beautiful job by Taeja. Just refused to give up, refused to surrender, kept expanding very, very well. Oh, here was a infested Terran hit squad that was going to try to take down some SCVs here, but it was just too much. Bly really only had one mining base that was mining out very quickly, and the natural, I guess, had some scraps there too. But dang, impressive display. 177 Marines down, 4 tanks died, 10 Ultras, 23 Mutas. Wow, a ton of Mutas in this game, too. That's fantastic. 18 Roaches. Where's my Ravager count? And why can't I find them on this list? Only 1 Ravager died today? What? Did he only... He made 3 Ravagers today. Lost one of them. Dude, that is some incredible Ravager control. I got to give him hats off for that. I did not expect that to be the number at all, but GG! Well done there. Bye, Taeja gets the win. And that's going to be it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and a 2018 game. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.